to advance. Google Code Gem rules. Structure. I want to know what are the penalties. Penalty time. For each penalty attempt across all problems during the rounds. That's not just penalty attempts. If a problem has samples, you will incur 1 penalty attempt for each submission that passes the samples and is made before your primary submission. So, no penalty for wrong answer on samples. That's actually very important for interactive problems. If there are no samples, then that. But usually there are samples. Okay, this is good to know. For saving time, I can submit before testing on samples. Usually testing on samples is easy, but not always. Sometimes there can be multiple solutions. All right. That's good to know. Then the next thing is on code forces, maybe Interactor, something like that. I think I need a modified library. I'm going to read this, I guess. And there is a modified interactor that might be useful. Yeah, once again, this stream, sadly, it will be only half an hour because I'm busy today. Sorry about that. I don't really have time to solve past problems. What I can take a look, maybe even before doing this, taking care of interactor, is what were the results in past years. Round 3. Last year I was 70th or 71st. For problems, and you needed A, B, and something with a good time. Well, a lot of people had A, B, and something. Then maybe A and C was here optimal. Top people solved A in 15 minutes, but then they didn't solve B in a long time. All right. Radeusz will get second. Who knows, maybe. Well, I can't really imagine not solving the first problem in round 3. Of course, it can happen. If I'm stuck for a long time, I will switch to other problems. But I'm thinking maybe I should read all the problems first, or solve the first problem, then read all of them, and then decide further. Are the statements very long? Interactive problem. You see, I got wrong answer on some big test. Oh yeah, we needed to get a very good score, and I did. So that's 2020. What about the previous year? very regular 14th, 17th, 14th place. And in this round, doesn't matter that much what you do as long as you don't try to solve the last card, but well, it's worth a lot of points, so it's obvious that it will be extremely difficult. I solved them just in this order, and even without that I would advance, right, with time of 144 plus 1. I would be here anyway, so this one wasn't that important. It was only 4 points. So here the order of solving problems didn't matter. Then what else do we have? My best year. Nice results. 4th, 1st, 2nd. I didn't remember that I won round 3. Maybe this was geometry. Yeah, it is geometry. Surprise, surprise. But still, majority of people advanced by solving ABC in any time. Then there are a lot of other sets of solutions. This is most points, but it's not that much compared to the 30 something. Well, that was 42 points in total, I think, in the previous year we looked at. So in that year, the last problem was not approachable, and here it was. It's some gamble to go for the hardest problem. Why do I have times of 110 and 115? Strange. Boomericto. My best years. Well, that was my best year for code jam performance for sure. By the way, 26th person I think advances because maybe there are 25 people and also the winner from the previous year, I think. And maybe some people will decline participating in the finals. Well, that's maybe not this year if that's remote. Like whenever finals are on site, some people can decide not to go. And then top 27, maybe even top 30 is good enough. Alright, so here a lot of people solved B. And it was fine to do ABC. But also fine to switch at some moment to D. Was AD enough? No, AD was not enough. But yeah, then you want to score some extra points. Least favorite type of problem? Graphs or strings? (2017). One more year where you just needed ABC and small d. What is this? Why are my participations so crazy? I solved D and B? So random. Is this geometry? No, this doesn't look like geometry. Okay, apparently I like strange order of solving problems, but it didn't pay out. Maybe I wasn't able to solve A. Actually, a lot of people from Poland I see, they solved only A small. So maybe I would try, I didn't even bother for 3 points. I tried for the full score of 13 points and I couldn't do it. Well, here the 26 points wasn't worth it if I spent so much time. Do I work at Google? Then I wouldn't be able to participate in Google Code Jam. I wonder how much harder it would be to get to the finals if people from Google were allowed to participate. Of course, as long as they don't organize, but there's plenty of strong competitive programmers in Google. All right, and one more year, but it doesn't make that much sense to look at the whole history. I didn't participate. It was a long time ago. Top 25. That's ABD. It was good to switch. 23 points, 25 points. Sometimes when you're done with some problems and then you see 2 last problems and one is worth more by 1 point than the other, you want to go for that one. Log set here is better for 2 reasons. One is that if you solve full D, you're above people with full C. But also, if you solve this, and then you also have time for small c, you're better off than people who solve C and then solve D small. If you're able to solve all the problems, then doesn't matter, the order doesn't matter. But if you don't have enough time for all problems, but you will be able to solve at least one full problem, C or D, and then it's better to go this order, first, then second. Of course, this fails if you cannot solve the big. Also works poorly if C big is so easy that people are able to solve it and then also solve the small, while you struggle and just are able to do this. Could I have a recommendation? I don't work at Google and I wouldn't give recommendation to a stranger. You can tell them that, maybe not that, you can participate in Google Code Jam and set your nickname to I need a recommendation to Google. High-rated girls in competitive programming? Yes, there are some. Isn't there one LGM woman in Codeforces? Well, okay, strategy chosen. Strategy is basically solve easy problems, then read everything. And if one problem is worth more by 1 point than the other, then go for that problem. If there's geometry, go for that problem. That's my strategy. C++ idea for web development. HTML++. No, I don't think so. What mistake I made? You don't need to make a mistake not to advance. It's hard to be in top 25 of the world. Also, by the way, my rating is 3000. Remember after the last round it was temporarily 2999. Apparently now there was some rejudge, I don't know, and it's exactly 3000. So I am Nutella after all, by 1 point. Now let's read this, and I kind of 10 more minutes and the stream will be done, by the way. That's very quickly got back Nutella. So far nothing interesting. Okay. So this is not useful, but I think here there is something important. Modified interactor for round 1A to debug messages going through. Just pass debug flag to my interactor like this. Alright, I want that. Now I think I need to see the most recent version of their interactor, and I need to apply those changes. Finals of CodeGym in my channel? I wish. I hope. In some previous stream you copied the interactor from this blog, but I think it wasn't this year, and maybe they changed the interactor. What do I do? What do I do? CodeGym archives. The most recent interactive problem. Was there something interactive here? Yes. Testing tool. Interactive runner. See differences between those two codes. Is this at least the same code? Yes, it is the same code. I don't care about comments, so far nothing important. Comments. And now there are some meaningful differences. I'm a bit scared to modify this new thing into what I see on the left, because I'm afraid I will break something and it can then hurt a lot. I will lose a lot of time if I think there is some issue, but actually the issue is in the interactor. We don't want that. Here it's only formatting. This stderr pipe is changed. I think that here they get rid of everything printed with CRR, while here we actually catch that. That's better. I would prefer that. I want to see what happens when I print with CRR. Or maybe I can just blindly take this, old interactor from Codeforces. Isn't it faster to download the file they gave because they might have updated it? Yeah, on the right, this is the file they gave, but I want to modify it in order to print what the interactor and what my program, what they do. but I'm scared of breaking stuff. Python or Java? Both are fine. Read about them. In some industries, Java is more common, and in some it's Python. Maybe there is some newer blog. Or also I could find Interactor from that year. So I can find some interactive problem from 2 years ago, then see what changes are made from that interactor to this code and apply the same changes to the new interactor. That sounds safest. Maybe there is something newer. My video pops up. That's mashup of Codeforce's interactive problems. Have I tried Golang? No, I didn't. I can try the interactor with the new CodeGem interactive problem. Yes, I can do that, but that's... If it will work, should I assume it works fully? That's dangerous. Typing speed, 100 words per minute. Is there? There should be a comment like WPM. Why isn't there? I thought I made one. Yeah, 100 words per minute. It worked when I used it in CodeGem Quali, so I guess it works. All right, that's something. This code anyway, it isn't related to a particular problem, right? It just takes two programs and it makes them communicate with each other. Let's read this. This is a small program that runs two processes, connecting input of each one to output of the other. All right, then. Yeah, this cannot be very dependent on the current year, the current problem. And it's quite short if we remove comments. But this last thing, it changed a little bit, right? Oh, no. Well, right now my plan is just to take this code again. To take this code again for debugging purposes. This thing how is it called? Testing tool or something. This thing is related to a problem, and in particular we generate tests. It's sometimes hard to modify it and to make your own tests. remember that I needed to do this a lot during CodeGen finals in 2018. Right, if there isn't any newer available tool, then I will just use this one, and that's it. I need to go. Am I going to stream Google CodeGen? No. You cannot do that, because then other people would see everything. Competitive programming isn't something you can stream live. Oh, there is Top Coder tomorrow, right? Google CodeGen in 4 days on Saturday, 4 p.m. for me, right? And is there Top Coder? Yes, there is here. Round 2B. Geothermal shared his own interactor somewhere. Was it in some Discord server? This is just a solution to a problem. Same. Probably in Yusako Discord, right? Then Gupta, if you find something, you can put it later in YouTube comments of this stream, of recording of this stream, so others could use it too. If somebody sat down and spent some time on the current Interactor, then yeah, that would be better. What's the advantage of using your own Interactor? It's the fact that it will print something. Like even here, modified Interactor to debug messages going through. That's very useful. And then if you see this, instead of seeing nothing, it's so much better. Otherwise, if your program doesn't work, it will just show you wrong answer. So what? What do you do with that? It's like just submitting and getting verdict versus actually being able to debug. Because by default, it even hides messages printed with CERR. Hacker's capture shirt? Yes, indeed. Resources minimum weight Hamilton path. Sounds like DP. So learn DP on bitmasks. Or also sounds like TSP. So you can Google traveling salesman problem. Let's wrap this up for today. Sorry, but I cannot go longer. And next time you will see me maybe in a recording on Saturday after CodeGen. So wish me good luck. Also there is this thing tomorrow, but I don't know if I will be able to record. I will be on my laptop maybe. TSPS cycle though. Yeah, that's... Oh, Hamilton path. That's what, all the edges? What is Hamiltonian path? Sorry, I don't really know definitions. It's all edges or what? Each vertex. Well, then it's TSP. And TSP with cycle and path, it doesn't differ that much. Please be in the top 25. I hope that too. All right, I'm finishing this for today. Thank you all for watching. Sorry for the short stream, and